MJ, Air Jordan, his Airness, Black Jesus, GOAT, just some of the nicknames for Michael Jordan. And in the mid-2000s, Jordan Brand took one of his many nicknames and used it as inspiration for a colorway that exists on the Jordan 4 as well as the Jordan 3. Now, after nearly 2 decades of waiting, we're seeing it return on the Jordan 3 for the first time. Air Jordan 3 Black Cat. Now this shoe is dropping on January 11th for $200. Of course, the original colorway of the Jordan 3 Black Cat came out in 2007, and it's the first time it's retroed, so it's nearly been 20 years since we've seen this shoe. And first impressions of the Jordan 3 Black Cat as a black sneaker lover, I have to say this. The idea of it, or at least on images, I didn't get the 2007 version, so I never got it in hand to look at. On images, in images, I think it was nicer than it looks in hand. I think this is one of those shoes where I was slightly disappointed when seeing them up close. I think I would have just preferred less shine, less gleam, if you know what I mean, and just more matte. Honestly, more like a duller black than this. Yeah, if I could have it my way, if I could Photoshop parts of the shoe, that's what I would have done. And I get more to some of those nitpicks as I go through the upper and the design of the shoe. Now compare this to the Jordan 4 Black Cat. I think it's a pretty easy choice for me. I think the Jordan 4 Black Cat is better than this one. And the materials on the shoe, it is nubuck on the upper. And this nubuck does feel like the type of nubuck that was on the Jordan 4 Thunder from 2022 or 23, the most recent version. So it does feel synthetic. The Jordan 5 Sail, that was a very nice colorway. That also had the same type of nubuck. And you can definitely feel it when you feel this shoe and another shoe with really nice nubuck. So yeah, that's kind of one disappointing thing there. And then on the mudguard, it is patent leather. And I gotta say, the patent leather on this doesn't feel super thick. Now, I will say, on images, I didn't mind the patent leather on this shoe because it's just an all black, very sleek type of sneaker, which I love. But yeah, up close, I think the glossiness is maybe not the best on this shoe. I think I would have preferred this without patent leather, just straight black nubuck. That would have looked nicer. But yeah, I mean, the original version of this colorway had the patent leather, so I can't be too surprised or complain too much about it. And of course, the most distinct thing about the Jordan 3, it is this elephant print that you get on the toe box area as well as the heel. And this elephant print, it is very subtle, not like the usual kind of gray elephant print. It is almost camouflaged into the upper of the shoe, which is the whole point of this colorway. I think it looks pretty sleek. It's a very, very dark gray. I like how it looks, and the laces also kind of match, so that gives it a more distinct and unique look. And this shoe, speaking of laces, does not come with any extra laces, just these laces out of the box. I think that was the whole point, to get you to wear this more special looking laces. And these laces does feel very thin, almost feels kind of waxed. No extra laces out of the box, just these. Now at the top of the tongue, you get this chrome metallic silver looking Jumpman that is not embroidered like a usual Jordan 3. So it's actually its own piece. And this one is also slightly different to the 2007 version. This one is more of a silver look. If they just went 100% all in and just made it a black Jumpman on the tongue, I think that would have looked nicer. And on the booty of the shoe, Jumpman Air branding. It's not an OG colorway, so just the Jumpman. Not a hard and fast rule. Doesn't happen every time. Some special collaborations gets Nike Air despite it not being an OG colorway. This one though follows that rule, and I really liked how they stuck with black on that part of the booty tab. Now the Jordan 3 does come with a polyurethane midsole with a Nike Air unit both on the heel as well as the forefoot. The one on the heel is obviously visible. The Jordan 3 was the first Jordan brand shoe to use a visible Nike Air unit. And I will say, for whatever reason, the polyurethane midsole on this shoe just feels slightly more dense and firm and stiff than Jordan 3s in recent memory. And the midsole of the shoe, you can see it is glossy, so it kind of matches the patent leather on the shoe. And I will say, just like the patent leather, I don't like how that glossy kind of finish looks on this shoe. Now to really illustrate what I'm talking about, you see this Jordan 3 Off Noir that came out last year. One of my favorite recent Jordan 3s to come out. I've worn this a bunch, but you see how this has a black midsole as well, but it's more like a matte finish. It's not glossier, it doesn't have that sheen or shine to it. And you can really see when you hold it side by side, one is clearly more shinier than the other. And yeah, I just prefer, for this colorway anyway, I prefer more of that matte finish look. So out of the two, This is probably the most similar type of colorway on the Jordan 3 that I have in my current rotation. Out of the two, don't call me crazy, but I really liked the Off Noir when it first came out. I still love it. Out of the two, I think I'm gonna have to go with the Off Noirs. And the outsole of the shoe, it is a very iconic Jordan 3 outsole. It's a rubber outsole with a concentric circle pattern up top. And the only part that is white on this shoe, it is the Jordan branding here. I think that looks really nice. It really pops. That looks great on the outsole. It doesn't destroy the theme of the Black Cat 3s on the upper. Not Nike branding in the cutout, of course. Not an OG colorway. It's Jordan branding. Love the color choice there. Insole of the shoe, it is a Dreamcell insole. Black insole. Yeah, not the best quality. Could have been worse though. In the box of the shoe, a pretty standard Jordan 3 box with the elephant print on the side. Elephant print paper on the inside. Nothing too special. Now moving on to sizing comfort, I am a wide and flat footer for Jordan 3s. I usually just stick true to size. I feel like it fits me pretty well width-wise, lengthwise. For this shoe though, for whatever reason, felt kind of tight or tighter than usual Jordan 3s that I felt in recent memory. Was nothing to like make me want to change the sizing of this shoe. Didn't hurt or anything, but I did feel a little bit more tightness than usual. I think it'll break in though after I wear it more. I think once I break it in, I'll have no problems or no issues there. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. I definitely would not change your regular sizing for this Jordan 3 though. And then the cushioning of the shoe, yeah, it also felt kind of a little bit more stiff out of the box than a usual Jordan 3. I don't know if it's placebo, but I don't know why I would think that randomly. Most Jordan 3s, I kind of give the same sizing recommendation as well as comfort. But this one did feel slightly more stiff. Now, in general though, the comfort of a Jordan 3, it is pretty comfortable. Quite solid cushioning around the ankles. The tongue feels nice, and on your feet, like around the shoe, fits like a glove. There's no real complaints. Under your feet, it is still pretty flat to the ground. This came out in 1988. So very minimal technology. Honestly, for a shoe that came out before I was even born, I think it holds up very well in terms of comfort. And that brings the total sole score of the Jordan 3 Black Cat to 28 out of 40. A pretty average score compared to other general releases. Now first, it is colorway. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I think the images or the idea of the Black Cat Jordan 3s as someone that never got the original, I think it was better in my head, like a fantasy, more than I actually like them in hand. I just particularly don't like the shine and the sheen of the pant leather on this shoe, as well as that glossy type of shinier finish on the midsole. I don't like that. I feel like matte black everywhere would have looked better. And now onto the materials of the shoe. It's got that synthetic type of nubuck finish, just like the Jordan 3 Thunder that we saw recently, the Jordan 5 Sail. So slight letdown there. And in terms of the comfort of this shoe, for whatever reason, this felt slightly stiffer and tighter out of the box, but wasn't a huge deal. Definitely would not change my sizing, my overall perspective on comfort of Jordan 3s in general. It's just this shoe in particular probably needs a bit more break-in time. It is still a decently comfortable shoe. You wear it casually, hours here and there, definitely will have no problems. In terms of the versatility, silhouette-wise, Jordan 3s, super wearable, magnificently wearable. It is just one of the best silhouettes ever created in sneaker history. And in terms of the wearability of the colorway, an all black shoe, it's not everyone's cup of tea. I love black sneakers, but here's a joke about black sneakers for a reason. It's not everyone's thing. I think an all white sneaker is objectively more wearable, but I think it is quite wearable. I like black sneakers. There's nothing too crazy about the colors on the shoe. Maybe the pant leather is too shiny, too glossy for some people. Laces might be a little bit like out of the norm, but overall, decently versatile shoe. There are some shoes where you really wanted it as a teen, as a child, and you wait and wait and wait. And when it finally comes back, you have an opportunity to grab it, finally get it in hand. For whatever reason, you're just slightly not as excited as you thought you would be. Now, a lot of times it can work the other way around, where you get it in hand, you're like, this is better in hand. But in my opinion, just my opinion, this is completely subjective. In hand, when I see this colorway up close, I didn't love it as much as I thought I would. Is it a bad colorway? Absolutely not. Especially as a black sneaker lover, I still think it looks very sleek, very nice. But is it as delicious and scrumptious as I thought it would be in hand after 18 years since its first release? I have to say, for me, personally not. Still nice, but I don't love it, love it, love it. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Sole Inclined. Let me know what you think of the Air Jordan 3 Black Cat. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come. So wear your shoes.